give the call to the Manager of Opposition Business.
My question is to the Prime Minister and concerns The Voice. Can the Prime Minister confirm, quote, "The Voice is not about defence policy, it's not about foreign affairs policy"?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
Oh, right. I thank the member for his question, and they should know what The Voice is about, because for 10 years they were actually the government that established the committees and established the processes and produced the reports that dealt with The Voice to Parliament, that dealt with it. Indeed, the Shadow Minister for Aboriginal Affairs proudly said in his first speech to Parliament, in important public debates, in a time of increasing polarisation of views, we need people who can build consensus and find the middle ground. And in more recent times, I have worked with Indigenous leaders and constitutional conservatives to find a constitutional way to make better policy about and give due recognition of Indigenous Australians while avoiding the downsides of inserting symbolic language into a technical document.
The Prime Minister will pause. The Manager of Opposition Business on a point of order.
Speaker, on relevance, it was a very tight question. The totality of the question.
Member Lawler.
The totality of the question. My question is to the Prime Minister and concerns The Voice. Can the Prime Minister confirm The Voice is not about defence policy, it's not about foreign affairs policy?
You resume your seat. The issue you've got here, is you started your sentence with, my question is about The Voice. Order. And the Prime Minister has been asked a question. Well, under the standing orders, the Prime Minister is being relevant, because if you ask and state something in terms of the first or second part of the question, he can refer to that. But he was asked specifically, about the second part of the question, and before he ends, I'm sure he will address that part of the question. Order. The Prime Minister has the call.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. I'm surprised that quoting the member for Brow's first speech is something that's controversial in this place. But it was about The Voice, his first speech, and he deserves credit for the work that he has done on The Voice, which is why it is so sad that what we see now is an attempt ongoing to raise issues in a way that are designed to undermine the opportunity that Australians have to unite the country in a positive way, just like I offered to the former Prime Minister when we met in his office on the first sitting day of Parliament in 2019. Because bear this in mind, those opposite, prior to the 2019 election, made a commitment to advance The Voice to Parliament. And Ken Wyatt, to his credit, was appointed as the first ever Aboriginal to hold the position of Minister for Indigenous Affairs, and I appointed the Shadow Minister, the member for Barton, and that was to advance.
Order. Has the Prime Minister concluded his answer?
No.
The member for Hume. I'm trying to hear from the Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, your words were very clear before. That was for the Prime Minister to answer the question before his time is up. He has 26 seconds left, and he continues to openly defy.
Resume your seat. Thank you. The members on my right will cease interjecting. The member for New England will cease interjecting. Prime Minister, in conclusion. The Leader of the Opposition. The Leader of the Opposition will cease interjecting. So will the Attorney General. The Leader of the Opposition. The Leader of the Opposition will remain silent for the remainder of this answer. The Prime Minister has 26 seconds to go.
Mr Speaker, the wording of the referendum which is put forward for the Australian people makes it very clear that it's about matters that affect the lives of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. That's what this is about. That's what this is about, the 10-year gap in life expectancy. It's about doing something about that.